Well, we have one law in this country, and it is the Constitution of the United States, and it is the everything that came from our founding fathers. It is no other law than that. Plain and simple. Sharia law. If you want to do Sharia law, you can take a one-way ticket to any place you'd like in the Middle East, anywhere in the Muslim world. Feel free, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaik. Adam, I'm shocked that this is coming from you. Out of everybody on that panel, somebody who's Jewish, who has many Jewish people inside the United States of America, who have Jewish laws and Jewish customs, who abide by those laws, and institutions that are expected to uphold those laws as so-called Jewish institutions. That if you had a deli, for example, where they were selling pork, would you have the same response if a rabbi entered into that deli and told them, you can do what you want to do under your constitutional law, but this is unacceptable as a Jew? I don't think so. You need to keep it consistent.
In America, we practice one law. That's the Constitution. That's the United States law. Straight up, read a book. My interpretation of this man right here, my opinion, is he was not born Muslim. He was a dude who most likely went to jail and came out of jail a Muslim. He didn't come here. You can just tell there's no accent. He didn't come from Saudi Arabia. He didn't come from Palestine. None of it. He came and was probably left prison. Then why am I saying something like that? Because that's where they get people to convert to Islam more than any place in the world in America today. They come out of prison, they turn to Islam.
Secondly, who even asked you about your interpretation of this Muslim brother and how he may have come to Islam? Are you aware that there are many families, especially Black American families, that are third and even fourth generation Muslim families? Are you aware that 50% of all of the African Americans that were brought here in slavery were brought and they were Muslim? So if you want to keep it real, I want to ask you on the same side, how many of them were Christian? I think we were given a choice, right? We were given a Bible and we were given a bullet. And in regards to where and how this individual became Muslim, what does that even matter? So what if he found it in prison? Do you also know that the lowest rate of recidivism amongst Black Americans are from those who converted to Islam? Are you also going to say the same thing about Malcolm X? Are you also going to say the same thing about Muhammad Ali? Are you also going to say things about great leaders and thought leaders, people who you listen to every day, who are Muslim converts, many of which, like myself, never went to jail? I've never been in jail. I've never been in prison. I converted to Islam as a free man on my own free will, just as many other people did. So what's your point you're trying to make here?
Listen, if you were born as a Muslim, respect to you, brother. Totally understand. One law in America, and it ain't Sharia, homeboy.
So no respect if we weren't born Muslim? Adam, that's the most ignorant statement you've made so far. You made a lot of ignorant statements. First of all, everybody is born in a state of submission to the one true God, and that is Islam. Everybody is born into this state, and then their parents make them either a Jew or a Christian or a Zoroastrian or whatever it may be. But the purest state that you've been in when you were born is that you were in submission, complete submission to your God. Probably the most purest state of submission you ever will be. So everyone is born upon the fitra, upon the natural inclination that is Islam. So then what do you say about the Christians then? If you were born a Christian, well, nobody was born a Christian because it doesn't even make logical sense. And even you agree with me on that, Adam. 1 + 1 + 1 equals 3. It does not equal 1. Can I tell me the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit is 1? 3 separate bodies is 1. You agree with me about this as a Jewish person. So keep it consistent. Keep it consistent. And so what if an individual found Islam at a time of adversity? Or found, even for that sake, when do people probably become more religious as Christians? You think that that's also not going to be very consistent the same way in prison for Christians? Adam, you need to evaluate and think before you speak.